In this video, I'm going to show you how to move files from your PC up to the Clark web server. For you Mac users, I'll then show you how to use FileZilla to do the same. So let's start off with WinSCP. I double-click on the icon on my desktop, and the WinSCP program launches. Now, earlier, I had saved my login information for the CTEC server, and now all I need to do is click on the login button at the bottom, and it's going to ask me for my password, and I'm going to enter in my password correctly. And now you'll see that WinSCP has launched. Notice two things. One is that on the left side, these are the files that are on your PC. Okay? This happens to be the files that are on my desktop. On the right side, you're going to see the Clark web server. Take note of this folder here called public_HTML. It's going to be in this folder that we copy our files from our PC up to on the Clark web server. But first, let's take a look at this folder right here, CTEC 122 files on the lower left-hand side. This folder contains two files. One is project.css, which is a cascading style sheet. The second is welcome.html. Now, welcome.html relies upon project.css to provide the look and feel for the welcome.html web page. You'll learn more about this in future units. Now, let's take a look at WinSCP. If I look right here, I can see that on my desktop, I see the CTEC 122 folder. If I drill down into there, you can see the project.css and the welcome.html files. Now, we don't want to put any files in this space on the right. We do. However, we want to make sure that we're in the public HTML folder. Now, I have a lot of files in my public HTML folder, and you'll have a lot of files in your folder by the end of the course. Okay? So what I want to do now is I want to take these two files and copy them over here. So I'm going to highlight project.css and hold down the Shift key and also select welcome.html. Now all I need to do is drag these files over here, okay? And it's going to ask me to confirm the copy, and I just did that. Now, if I go down and look, I'll find, well, let me type a W here, welcome.html, there's that file, okay? And if I go find project, I'm just going to do a type down here. Project.css, where are you? Project.css, where are you? I'm going to scroll down a little more, and there it is. And they're dated today. So that's how I copied the files over. Again, I highlighted them over here and dragged them over here. Now, how can you display those files that you've just copied from the web server itself? So I'm going to launch Firefox. Okay, and I'm going to type in ctec.clark.edu/tilde BELGORT. That happens to be my folder on the server. And then I'm just going to type in welcome.html. And there is the file. Okay, there is my welcome.html file. And it's using the project.css cascading style sheet. Okay, that's all you need to know for now. Again, we use WinSCP to copy files from our PC over to the public_HTML folder. Let's take a look at how you can use FileZilla to move files from your Mac up to the Clark web server. I have a folder here called CTEC 122 files. Inside that folder, I have the same two files that I used in the WinSCP demonstration, project.css, which is a cascading style sheet, and welcome.html, which is an HTML page. Okay? Now, I'm going to launch FileZilla. I placed FileZilla on my dock. You may have it in your applications folder as well. It's up to you where you launch it from. And now for the host, I'm going to type in ctec.clark.edu. I'm going to type in my username. Your username is going to be different. And my password. And this password was assigned to you by your instructor. And then I'm going to click on Quick Connect. As you can see in this window here, it's logging in. And now I have a list of my files on the Mac here. And I can see the files and folders on the Clark web server. In fact, here is my public HTML folder. This is the folder that we're going to want to copy files to in order to see them from the web. Okay? On my desktop here, you can see I have, again, the CTEC 122 files folder, and I can shift-click to select these two files. And I'm not going to want to put them here. Remember, I want to put them inside of the public HTML folder. And now I'm just going to click and drag them over to the Clark web server. And there were a few messages that went by up here about the copying. And if I go over here, you can see, let me find the file that I just copied over. It's going to be at the bottom. Actually, there's the project.css file. And let's scroll down to get the welcome file. And there it is. Whoop, there it is. So if I go over into Firefox and I type in my URL for the Clark web server, ctec.clark.edu tilde blgort, that's my name. I'm the guy doing the videos here. And then welcome.html. And there is my HTML file. So there you have it. WinSCP for the PC and FileZilla for the Mac. Copy your files up to the CTEC web server using these two tools, or the tool that you prefer for the type of computer you're using. Now, at any time, feel free to scroll backwards in the video, hit pause, hit stop in order to test out your file uploads and see if you are running into problems, see where maybe you're possibly making a mistake.